Hi everyone. Today I am going to take learning series on Microsoft Lewis. So basically in Microsoft Lewis, what does it actually do? There are inbuilt machine learning algorithms that are used in the backend of Microsoft Lewis. And anybody who don't have any experience, AI experience or ML experience can use this tool to train their models and get the output, means get the top score intent. So in order to use Microsoft Lewis, you need not have to have any prior knowledge of AI. So it basically takes input, trains the data in the form of, means we give intent, entities or utterances. So it also uses language, natural language processing, means like it can take input in the form of a natural language and then analyze it and get, means that analyze it on the based on the trained model and give us the top score intent from it. It can be integrated in making chatbots and social media apps. So basic terminologies that we are going to use in Lewis is intents. What are intents? The intents are the task or the action that the user need to perform. For example, we can take if we need to book a flight and it's an intent. So utterances are the examples that we provide to Lewis in order to train the model. So examples can be that book me a flight, means like intent is the topic, and under that we have many examples that the user can give this type of sentences when he or she is querying with the application or the chatbot. So means for booking a flight, it can be book me a flight to this location on this date. For greetings, it can be hi, hello, good morning. For weather, what's the weather now? By default, if any means the sentence provided by the user does not match with any of the intents that are provided, it goes into the none intent and try to score according to that. So there are some pre-built intents that are present in Lewis. For calendar, for communication, for email, there are prior pre-built intents that Lewis provide, and we can directly use them in our application. Entities are basically the names, means when we provide a sentence, there will be a name, date, product name, means we take out that particular words out of it and try to identify the sentence based on that. So for example, this is an FLS on this topic. So topic is the entity and the whole sentence is the utterance. The utterances are, we provide the example. For example, what time I need to be in the class. So we provide many of the samples that could be, that the user can query while querying with the application or endpoint that is generated by Lewis. So it's the start time. What's the start time of the class? Means that variety of utterances that we are going to provide will make our model more precise and give the output in more precise format. There are pre-built domains that are present, that are calendar, communication, email. These are currently given us by Lewis. They have inbuilt entities and intents. Language currently that are supported by Lewis are English and major support for these language. It also have partial support for Hindi, Gujarati, Telugu and Arabic. So let's understand what is Lewis. So basically when this is the utterance that the user is providing. So book me a flight to Cairo. So this is, it will give us output in the form of a JSON format. So our query is book me a flight to Cairo, and it is present in the intent book flight, and the top score for this is, means that this sentence matches with this intent and has the following entities. Means user has made an entity of location and the name is Chiaro. Similarly, order me 2 pizzas. So we have similarly query given with the top intent with it matches and have the entities for it. So it can be integrated with the chat bots. So basically the bot interact with the Lewis application, and Lewis will give us the top score intent. Means that if there are changes in the sentence that are present in the question answer maker, so Lewis will match with that intent and say it is similar to this question. So this means like this will be the answer for this question. So it can integrate with chatbots that are present in social media applications. It can also integrate with IoT services. If means like as the user says the query, it is converted into the Lewis sentence, and Lewis tried to predict the sentence with its top score intent. Similarly, we can make a chatbot for commerce chatbot from it. Let's try to build an application with the Lewis and see how it actually works. For building a new app, we can give it FLS, and currently the languages that are supported are Arabic, Chinese, Deutsch, English, German, Hindi. So we can use, for the timing, we can use English. So first we make an intent. So we can make an intent is timings that will have all the examples related to what will be the timing for the FLS. So let's add some sentences. What is the start time of the FLS? We will add 4 to 5 sentences so that we will be able to predict whether our model is working fine or not. Then we are going to start the FLS. So these are the utterances that we have provided for the intent timings. We can have entities for it. Means if there is a sentence, there will be a tense, there will be a tense, there will be, for example, we can make an intent for question. We can go into view intent and add an entity. So it's for question, we can add it. So what we can do, we can add a sentence, means like whenever this sentence is queried by the user, when this will be set as a entity will be set as a question. Similarly, we can make an entity for tense. This is a question and this is tense. We can make an entity of date. There are inbuilt entities also present in Lewis that we will see. So we can mark it as and this will be a question. These all will be classified whenever we fire a query. So it will have a section, as we see in the previous example, to book a flight that was present on the Lewis website. It shows that these are the intents that are, these are the entities that are present in the sentence. Similarly, when we will query this, we will get that these are the entities that are present in the sentence. So we have make an entity, intent with entities and utterances. We can make one more intent also. Topics. Have few examples for it. This topic is Microsoft Lewis. The prediction is based on how many sentences we have given, so that it is able to train the model with accuracy. We can attach it with the entities. We can also add a list of entities. For example, if we made a entity, a list, we can have like Tableau Microsoft Lewis. So it will be identified in the sentence. We can see in the intents. So we can see that it is identified in the sentence that Tableau is a topic, benefit of insurance is a topic, and Microsoft Lewis is a topic. So what we have to do is just to train our model and test it whether what scores it is giving for our sentences that we are providing. So the model is trained. So we can query today's topic for FLS is Microsoft. So the top score intent is 0.871 for this sentence. And as we have taken the sentence that today will be of date and time, and is the sentence, and when we go to other, these are the ML entities that we have trained, and this is the list of entities, that is the topics we have provide Microsoft Lewis. And we can search it for another intent or another intent also, the time intent that we have made. So we can see that we have provide what for question and ML entities. Similarly, if we add something into the entities like course list, topics, we can add Python and train the model once again. So when we query what was covered in Python FLS, this is a sentence that we haven't provided in the utterances. So it will try to score them, and the score intent is 0.660. So what it has identified that what is a question and was is a sentence, and and the Python is present in the topics list. So what we can do, we can publish our model. So when we publish our model, we are provided with an endpoint. At the last, we can append it with the query that we want to fire. For example, as we are testing and we are giving the sentence, that will be given at the end of the endpoint. We can see it. If we want sentiment analysis for a sentence, we can also enable it. We have enabled it for and deployed on staging. So we have got an endpoint that we can copy, and the output will be the form will be of the JSON response. So if we fire a query, there is no FLS today. So this is the response that we are getting. So we can see that we have fired a query. There is no FLS today, and it is find in the intent that we have made timings, and with the score of 0.90%, and the entities that are present in the sentence that we have made by ourselves, that is tense, daytime, and it also has provided us with the sentiment analysis. Since it's the negative sentence that there is no FLS today, so the sentiment analysis gave us the label negative with its score. So what else we can do in Lewis is, the dashboard tells us how many endpoints are hit for the day. Since it's the data is not refreshed because we have made an endpoint now, I can show you for the previous app that I've made. So if we go for this, we can see the dashboard. It provides us with the endpoint hits per day and the training evaluation. So incorrect predictions, unclear predictions, correct predictions, all are listed here. So we can also train our model again and provide with all the changes that we want after seeing this analysis also. So if we want to use pre-built domains that are present, we can use calendar as we can add this domain, and all the entities and the intents that are inbuilt in Lewis for the calendar will be imported, and we can directly train our model and use these intents. So these are the pre-built utterances that are present in calendar except event entity. So this is the date, day and time that the entity that we have made. It's identifying that today because we have trained the model. So when now if we add any sentence with today's, so it will identify it as the entity date and time, because once we have specified wherever there is today, it will be associated with day, date, and time entity. So these are the inbuilt entities that are provided by Lewis, and we can directly use them. Intents that are provided by Lewis they have the many examples in it so that they can train the model accurately. So these are inbuilt entities for calendar, and these are associated with these sentences. So it's a calendar destination. So these sentences are inbuilt in Lewis for calendar domain. If we want, we can use other also. Currently, I'm removing this. And for more information about Lewis, we can refer to its DOS. So this is the documentation that are provided by Lewis. The means like we can integrate these endpoints with our chatbot, and accordingly the chatbot can reply with the high scoring intent that it gets after querying. So at last we get this endpoint and we can integrate it with our application. So thank you. If you have any query, you can ask.
Thank you, Nandita.
Okay,